You know those people who have their lives together before New Year's Eve? The ones who plan their outfits, book a fancy dinner, and post photos of champagne under fireworks. Yet, I'm not one of them. My name's Jake. I'm 30, single, and chronically disorganized. I once missed a flight because I stopped for a sandwich. So naturally, I decided this year I'd finally host a proper New Year's Eve party. Something classy, sophisticated, unforgettable. Spoiler. It was unforgettable, but not for the reasons I'd hoped. It all started with an idea born out of boredom and too much caffeine. My friends had been teasing me for months. Jake, you never do anything festive. Jake, your idea of a party is reheating pizza. So, in a fit of pride, I announced this year I'm throwing the ultimate New Year's Eve bash. They laughed. I didn't. I meant it. I imagined sparkly lights, good food, and champagne flowing like in the movies. Maybe even impress Emma, my best friend's sister, who I'd secretly had a crush on since forever. How hard could it be? Turns out very. My first task was decorations. I ordered them online, but somehow ended up with a box of Halloween supplies instead. Bats, cobwebs, a skeleton holding a pumpkin. I called customer service. They told me to embrace my inner creativity. So I did. I spray painted the skeleton gold and hung it near the champagne glasses. Festive, sort of. Then came the catering. I thought about hiring a professional chef, but decided I could totally cook something fancy myself. My menu: pasta, salad, and roasted chicken. Simple, elegant, except I burned the pasta, set off the smoke alarm, and the chicken came out looking like it had fought in a war. The salad survived, barely. By the time the 31st arrived, my apartment looked like New Year's Eve met Halloween in a dramatic showdown. There were fairy lights, gold balloons, and a golden skeleton chilling on the couch. I was stressed, sweaty, and seriously considering faking an illness. Then came the guests. My friends arrived first, loud, hungry, and already half tipsy. And then Emma walked in. She wore a silver dress that caught every flicker of light. She smiled when she saw the skeleton. "Jake," she said, laughing, "is this a theme?" "Yes," I lied confidently. "It's New Year's Eve." She raised an eyebrow. "That's actually kind of brilliant." I exhaled. Crisis temporarily averted. By 10 p.m., the party was in full swing. Music, laughter, spilled drinks. It was messy but alive. I was finally starting to relax when my neighbor, Mr. Thompson, an elderly man with strong opinions, knocked on the door. "Your music's too loud," he barked. I apologized, turned it down, and handed him a glass of champagne as a peace offering. Big mistake. Turns out Mr. Thompson hadn't had alcohol in 20 years. Within minutes, he was singing karaoke with my friends and challenging people to arm wrestling contests. At one point, he stole a party hat, declared himself king of the new year, and knighted my gold skeleton with a ladle. At 11:30 p.m., everything went dark. The lights flickered once, twice, and then total blackout. Someone screamed. Someone else yelled, "Jake, what did you do?" Turns out I'd overloaded the circuits with too many fairy lights and a questionable fog machine. My beautiful chaos of a party dissolved into panic. Phones lit up faces like ghost stories around a campfire. And me? I was standing in the middle, holding a burnt-out sparkler, thinking, well, there goes my chance with Emma. Then, in the darkness, I heard her voice. "Hey, it's kind of nice like this." Emma was beside me, holding two glasses. I could barely see her, but I could hear the smile in her tone. She handed me one glass and said softly, "Who needs fireworks when you have a blackout and questionable chicken?" We both laughed. The countdown began. People shouting numbers in the dark, phone screens blinking like tiny stars. 3 to 1, and then, just as everyone shouted Happy New Year, the lights came back on. Confetti exploded. Mr. Thompson fell asleep in a chair wearing a tiara. And Emma, she kissed me. Right there, under the flickering fairy lights and golden skeleton. I woke up surrounded by the aftermath of chaos. Empty bottles, crumpled hats, a chicken leg in my shoe. Emma was gone, but there was a note on the table. "Thanks for the most memorable New Year's ever. Same time next year, E." I smiled so wide my face hurt. It wasn't the perfect party I'd imagined. It was loud, messy, unpredictable, and absolutely perfect in its own ridiculous way. A year later, we actually did it again, only this time together. Emma helped plan, I handled the music, and Mr. Thompson was invited on purpose. Halfway through the night, I looked around the room, laughter, lights, warmth, and realized something. I hadn't almost ruined New Year's Eve. I'd just accidentally created the best tradition of my life.